So if you're an experienced business owner, then you'll know monthly is what you need to do because you're using those financial statements to make decisions about the future of the business. If you're just learning and you have a small business, quarterly at a very minimum to meet with your whoever your financial person is, whether that's your bookkeeper, your tax person, if they are kind enough to do the advisory side of it too. But really looking at your financial statements and learning how to read, because it's telling you a story. Mm-hmm. It's telling you a story about your business, and it's making all of those decisions that you have to make every day. It makes it really easy if you know the story of the business. Mm-hmm. And you can see the trends, and you can see what you have extra that you can invest in a new marketing campaign that's fun and exciting. So really know how to read your profit and loss statement and know what key indicators you need to be paying attention to so that you can keep your thumb on the pulse of the business and be able to quickly shift or pivot if you're identifying like things are moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah. And for people who don't know what the key indicators are, what are you specifically referring to?
So it's different for each industry, but you could just generally look at how much am I spending on labor in relation to my sales? How much am I spending on overhead? How much am I spending on marketing? How much is my profit bucket? Because your profit also needs to be allocated. You're putting money aside for taxes. You might want to be reinvesting in the business, or you're paying down debt. Mm-hmm. So a lot of business owners, they look at their P&L and they say, oh gosh, I have money. I made money. And then they go look at their bank account and they're like, but there's no money. What's the disconnect? And it's looking at, just because on your P&L, it shows you are profitable. Maybe you're paying, debt down. Well, that doesn't show up on your P&L. Mm-hmm. Or, you're taking out draws as the business owner. So you're reducing your cash in the business. So there's a lot of things that you need to look at, all of the financial statements, the income statement, the balance sheet, and the statement of cash flows, to see how the money is moving into the company, what's happening while it's in there, and how it's going out.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's really interesting, because I don't think people typically they look at the profit and loss, but they don't look at the others that closely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is really important. So if your accountant or whoever you're dealing with does not go over those other reports, you should probably ask them to.
Yeah, definitely. One of my favorite clients, she always gets her financial statements and she goes, so why does this matter to me?
Yeah.
So we go through that whole exercise.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it is really important. And I think I like the way you're so interactive with your clients, because, again, a lot of times if the client doesn't initiate the conversation, then the work is just being done behind the scenes. You don't know any more than you did before. I mean, somebody's doing it for you, but it's not informing you in any way. It's just getting done for you. Mm-hmm. And you don't even know if it's correct. So, which is another issue where people just accept what they're given and don't really look at the details of the numbers.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, that's true. We base our service, we call it a concierge type service, because we're in your inbox every week, whether you like it or not. Every Friday we send a check-in email just saying, if we have questions on the account, we'll ask it then. But if we don't, we still say, hey, everything looks great. Have a good weekend.